Hello friends, we will now see the effect of memory latency on CPU performance. Now see, latency is the time from the issue of memory request to the time the data is available at the processor. So it is the time that, for example, CPU requests a data from memory and memory takes some time, a delay, or it is lazy to supply the data to the CPU. So that time is called as a latency. Now we have to see how this latency affects the CPU performance. Now one thing should be noted that CPU is much faster than the memory. So we have to check how faster CPU is than the memory. Now before going forward, we will see CPU clock cycle time means what. Now we want to find length of one cycle of CPU, which is of 1 gigahertz. So processor is of 1 gigahertz. We have to find the cycle time. So clock cycle time is equal to 1 upon clock rate. So 1 upon 10 raised to power 9, because the clock rate of CPU is 1 gigahertz. So 10 raised to power 9. So 1 into 10 raised to power 9, that is 1 nanosecond. So CPU of 1 gigahertz has clock cycle 1 nanosecond. Now see, we will come to actual example, effect of memory latency on CPU performance. Now these are the some assumptions. Consider CPU is of 1 gigahertz. So we have seen 1 gigahertz CPU is clock cycle time is 1 nanosecond, and consider DRAM latency is 100 nanosecond. So it means that CPU can perform an operation or many operations in 1 nanosecond, but see, DRAM is having 100 nanosecond latency. So it takes 100 nanosecond for a word to transfer to the CPU. We are considering there is absence of cache memory. Now consider the processor has to multiply add units, and processor executes 4 instructions in one CPU cycle of 1 nanosecond. So processor is able to execute 4 instructions in 1 nanosecond. So that's why the peak processor rating is 4 gigaflops. Now GFLOPS means giga floating point operations per second. So for example, in 1 nanosecond we are having 1 nanosecond, we will call 1 nanosecond we are having one operation, we will call it as 1 gigaflop. But in this case we are having 4 instructions in one CPU cycle, so that's why 4 gigaflop. Now latency of memory is 100 nanoseconds. So one FLOPS, one floating point operation, can be performed after every 100 nanosecond, because of memory is having 100 nanosecond latency. So one operation after every 100 nanoseconds, so 100 into 10 raised to power minus 9 seconds. So after calculating it, 10 raised to power 7 and 10 into 10 raised to power 6. So it comes 10 raised to power 10 into 10 raised to power 6 means 10 megaflops. So see, 4 giga FLOPS is the speed of CPU, but because of 100 nanosecond latency of memory, CPU speed is reduced to 10 mega FLOPS. So you can check that CPU is much faster. For example, 4 GB and 10 Mbps, 4 Gbps and 10 Mbps. So this is the effect of latency of memory on CPU performance. Hope you understood the problem. Thank you.